I've decided to continue my journey into the world of Game of Thrones. In the last episode, Ned killed the wolf, but what really happened is he didn't really kill it, he pretended to kill it. And then he set the wolf free and the wolf is fine. They probably won't mention it again, but I'm pretty sure that's actually what happened. I'm probably going to do another 2 episodes again, 3 and 4. I think that was a good amount last time. It ended up being a good length. If I had the leftovers from one episode, I don't think it would make for a very long video. Also, I don't really like including clips where I'm not really saying anything, and even though I'm providing commentary, there's times when I'm just lost in watching the show and engrossed in it and I don't have too much to say. So don't worry about missing out on anything I'm saying. I'm still fairly new to the whole filming, talking on camera thing, so it is still a bit awkward, to be honest, and I'm working through lighting and camera positioning, audio levels, all of that kind of stuff. Might change the background at some point, it's pretty dark. But I have been editing videos for quite a long time, probably about 10 years or more, and the same with Photoshop actually. Have to say I'm pretty proud of the first video's thumbnail. Think I'll make a special thumbnail for every video, custom made to what happened in the episode. So you'll probably see the thumbnail for this video and what it will be. Anyway, let's get started. This intro screen really is pretty epic. I'm actually looking forward to this. That's the throne of the Game of Thrones.
Very handsome armor. Not a scratch on it.
I know.
The tension.
Must be strange for you, coming in when I watched the Mad King die. I remembered him laughing as your father burned. It felt like justice.
No, it's really stepping it up now. The
You tell
trolling.
yourself at night. Are you telling me the crown is 3 million in debt?
I'm telling you the crown is 6 million in debt.
How could he let this happen?
He's already giving them grief. First day on the job.
Counting coppers, he calls it.
This kid.
Ow. You're a warrior, like your father.
I'm not like him. I didn't fight off anything. It bit me, and all I did was scream.
At least he knows what he is.
Someday, you'll sit on the throne and the truth will be what you make it.
So his mother is the one making him such a little shit.
Everyone who isn't us is an enemy.
Enough of that, young lady. Eat your
She's
food.
sitting there stabbing the
Practicing
table.
for what? I would rather act like a beast than a lady.
Go to your room.
She is a beast.
You were born in the long summer. You've never known anything else. But now winter is truly coming.
So that's interesting there. He said she was born in a long summer and has never known anything different. So he's implying that there hasn't been winter since she's been alive. So that's like, what, 10 years or more? So seasons obviously work very differently in Game of Thrones land. It would also make sense for why they have the wall to protect them from the winter, if it's only every decade or so. These are all rhetorical questions. I'm sure they'll all be answered as I watch more.
Go on. It's yours.
I knew he'd let her keep it. He knows.
Well, Lord Snow, it appears you're the least useless person here. Go clean yourselves up.
Okay, so they're making out Jon Snow to be pretty good already. They made him look strong.
Broke my nose, bastard.
Isn't that the whole point of training?
It's an improvement. Perhaps I'll write to my sister, the Queen, about it.
We'll talk later, Lord Snow.
Tyrion has that brain power.
Everybody knew what this place was. No one told me. No one but you. My father knew. And he left me to rot at the wall all the same.
Gren's father left him too.
So it's interesting that Jon Snow didn't know that the wall was not voluntary. I suppose he thought it was more honourable than just a bunch of criminals having to fight. Getting a last time they're going to see each other vibe from this. He knows something's up.
I don't take orders from savages or their sluts. Do you hear me?
His whole plan kind of backfired on him.
But how do a bear's balls taste?
Bit chewy.
Tyrion's having fun. Tyrion, what a guy.
Rome the seven. So, you're heading down to King's Landing too?
Aye. Day after tomorrow.
I'm sure Tyrion's enjoying the wine and jokes, but I've got a feeling he's gathering intel for something else too.
Let's share the road. I could use some decent company.
You move too much. I could just hold my sword out and let you do the work for me.
Okay, they're starting to respect him a little bit. Or not want to kill him.
We can't properly patrol the wilderness. We've barely enough resources to keep our lads armed and fed.
Budget cuts, eh?
Sits by the side of the king.
He smiled. It's the first time he smiled. He's doing it.
Will you stop at Winterfell on your way south?
I expect I will. Gods know there aren't many feather beds between here and King's Landing.
It's gonna be tricky going back there.
You are late, boy.
Who are you?
Your dancing master, Sirio Forel.
This guy seems cool. PTSD. That was kind of a nice ending. Yeah, I really like the ending. And no one died. It was nice to see a happy ending. That is kind of a happy ending. I'm sure we won't get many of those. And of course it's always good to see Arya getting her training done. Unfortunately, because her trainer seems so cool, he's probably going to die at some point. But I knew Ned Stark would be okay with it. I think he knows the deal. Okay, we're going straight on to episode 4. His legs work? Unless this is a dream.
Is this some kind of trick? Why do you want to help him?
I have a tender spot in my heart for cripples, bastards, and broken things.
You've done my brother a kindness. The hospitality of Winterfell is yours.
Spare me your false courtesies, Lord Stark.
They think that Tyrion tried to kill the boy because of the dagger. I'm going to assume that he is not responsible and he's being framed by someone. I know I'm biased because I like Tyrion. Also, I think if he was going to do that, he would be smart enough not to get caught.
What in 7 hours is that?
They'll need an 8-fell to fit him in.
I've come to take the black.
Come to take the black pudding?
I'm probably really bad for laughing at that. Do you ever wonder what kind of character you would be in a world like this? I'd like to think I'd be a good character, but to be honest, I'd probably be one of these guys. I don't mean a rapist.
He yielded.
Looks like the bastard's in love.
It's the Hand's tournament that's causing all
Is
this
he
trouble,
ill?
my lord.
The King's tournament.
That shot there made it look like he was either ill or stressed or something. Or was he poisoned?
Come stand by the fire. It's warmer.
No, that's all right. I'm fine.
You're not. You're freezing.
Scared of heights.
I don't like high places.
You can't fight. You can't see. You're afraid of heights and almost everything else, probably. What are you doing here, Sam?
I'm not going to get any better, you know.
Well, you can't get any worse.
It's nice that they're bonding over how awful he is.
Where have you been? What's duty? With Sam.
Ah, Prince Porkchop. Where is he?
He wasn't hungry.
Impossible.
It's enough.
If Thorne puts me up against Lady Piggy, I'm gonna slice me off a side of bacon.
Jon Snow, as well as already being a badass, is a leader figure, and he's already telling these guys what to do. Oh, doggy.
No one touches Sam.
Yield! 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 I yield!
Sally on the side.
It's silly, isn't it? What? We can't defend the wall unless we celebrate. It's absurd.
I didn't think you'd be so upset
It is
about
absurd.
I've never been with one. You probably had hundreds.
No. Came very close once. Was alone in a room with a naked girl.
Didn't know where to put it.
I know where to put it.
Was she
Sticking with the pointy end.
ugly? So, you didn't know where to put it?
Oh god, he walks in at that exact
Enjoying
moment.
yourselves?
Hey, I'm a big fan of this relationship they've got going on.
I've been sitting here for days! Start the damn joust before I piss myself.
That king is living the dream right there. Well then. I didn't know why everyone was so shocked, because that's kind of the point of it, but that was pretty gruesome. I don't know, are you supposed to kill your opponent when you're jousting? I suppose it doesn't really matter in Game of Thrones.
Your Grace.
I thought we might put what happened on the King's Road behind us.
No, never. We're not going to forgive this brother fucker for killing that dog.
The king called on me to serve him and the realm, and that's what I'll do until he tells me otherwise.
Have a feeling that otherwise might come into play.
You can't change him, you can't help him. He'll do what he wants, which is all he's ever done.
Lady Stark. What an unexpected pleasure. I was sorry to miss you at Winterfell.
He plans to take another wife.
She thinks Tyrion
This
tried to kill
man
her.
Came into
And the
my
boy.
house as a guest, and there conspired to murder my son. I call upon you to seize him and help me return him to Winterfell to await the king's justice.
Not looking good for old Tyrion. I'm confident he'll be able to get out of that situation though. So I think one of a few things are happening. Tyrion is clearly being framed, because I don't believe he did that. I'm thinking either Cersei and the brother are framing him to maybe start a war, or to give them an excuse to somehow cause tension and get rid of the king somehow in all of that. Or possibly even Joffrey, because we know he doesn't like Tyrion, or maybe it's both. So from one aspect, they might be trying to cause a rift or some kind of confrontation. Maybe someone genuinely doesn't like Tyrion, or maybe they just think he's too smart and friendly with the Stark family, or maybe he knows what his brother and sister are getting up to. I think there's something going on with Ned Stark too. He's trying to investigate the death of the former lord, but seem to be dropping just a few hints. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but there's a few moments that seem to hint at something going on. That scene with his wife, scene when he's looks really exhausted and tired. I'm working on the assumption that Ned Stark is gonna die because, you know, it's Sean Bean, and you know, we all know the history of Sean Bean's characters. So if that happens, I probably won't be very surprised by it, unfortunately. I am liking Jon Snow's relationship, not only with this new guy Sam, but the kind of leadership role he's taken against the other guys who are trying to attack him. He kind of earned their respect by beating the crap out of them, basically. And the one guy who didn't respect him, he kind of made him respect him. I haven't said much about the Dothraki Khaleesi storyline. Not quite sure what to say about it just yet. Obviously, Daenerys' brother has tried to use her, and it's kind of come back to bite him, but he's still being pretty arrogant and not understanding the situation that he's in. I don't think he'll last long. The way he is and the way the Dothraki are, I think they're going to end up tearing his head off and shitting down his neck. I don't know what to make about the relationship between Daenerys and Drogo either. Obviously she's kind of a sex slave, and she's decided to try and turn the tables almost and control him instead of the other way around. But at the same time, she's still a slave. But then she has authority over the Dothraki as well. So it's a bit of a strange situation. Not sure whether to think of Drogo as a savage who doesn't know any better, or someone who she's just manipulating until the time is right. Speaking of the time being right, I think it's time to end this video for now. I'm not going to tell you to like and favourite and subscribe and all of that bollocks. But if you want to keep watching, then keep watching. And if you don't, then don't.